Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Tuesday, April 19th. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News. Albania's reporter to the European Parliament, Knut Fleckenstein, paid an unexpected visit to Tirana today. He met with political leaders and encouraged them to adopt constitutional changes as soon as possible. After Mr. Fleckenstein's meeting with the Assembly Speaker, Ilir Meta, the Parliament Speaker's press office, gave no statement regarding the meeting. However, Mr. Fleckenstein had this to say. This was more of an unofficial meeting. I wanted to get some information regarding the judicial reform. He added that adopting the reform is important for the country and for the EU as well. Fleckenstein also met with the DP chairman, Lulzem Basha, at the Democratic Party headquarters, in both a meeting with the delegations and later a meeting alone. Free and honest elections were the focus of the discussions, and after the meeting, the Democratic Party chairman made a statement saying, democracy, elections, and the need to cooperate with the EU and the US were the focus of our discussion. The Democratic Party has drafted a platform which will protect the citizens' vote and take the country out of the crisis, said Basha. Albania's reporter also met with Prime Minister Rama, but as of yet, there is no official statement regarding the meeting. Prime Minister Rama commented today on the threat made to one of Tirana University dean candidates, calling it unacceptable. The Prime Minister added that he will not allow anyone to threaten academic freedom and autonomy. This is a sad and unacceptable story. No one can use intimidation or the universities for their own interests. I give assurance that I will support the universities and professors, said Rama. A day before the elections to select the Tirana University dean, Rama declared that the Socialist Party and the Socialist Movement for Integration have not intervened in this process and that they have not tried to influence the votes for candidates. The Minister of Education also condemns the threat made, declaring that those responsible will be brought to justice. Integrity will be upheld thanks to the bodies of justice and the government. Whoever dares to violate educational institutions will give accounts before the law, and now let's finish the democratic vote for dean, said the Minister of Education. The Minister of Justice reported today from the Parliamentary Law Commission on the prosecutor's activity for the period between March 2015 and March 2016. The minister warned about the passivity of investigative bodies in the country. He declared that corruption cases are not being properly investigated. According to the Minister of Justice, the system has made the judges lazy. During the announcement, the minister admitted that the prosecution general in most of the cases has refused to follow the recommendations of the ministry to take disciplinary measures against the prosecutors. The minister declared there are complaints over the prosecution service. The complaints reflect citizens' lowered trust in the prosecutors. Corruption cases are not being investigated. Disciplinary measures have been proposed, and interventions in the criminal code are not well studied. A new criminal code is needed, he said. The Ministry of Justice reviewed 32 prosecution cases and found violations in 24 of them. The ministry asked for disciplinary proceedings for 12 cases, but the prosecution general has taken measures for only one of them so far. The Association of Electronic Media asked the Constitutional Court to repeal point 3 of Article 62 of the Law on Audio-Visual Media, which was adopted in 2013. This provision stipulates that no person can have more than 40% of the total shares in a company which owns a national license for audio or audio-visual broadcasting. This restriction, according to the association, violates the freedom of property and equality before the law. The request of the association has received the support of the Authority of Audio-Visual Media, but the Parliament defended the law with consensus between the majority and the opposition. The legal representative of the Assembly admitted that the provision violates economic freedom, but according to him, freedom of speech should prevail in this case. The session, where the parties each expressed their position before the Constitutional Court, lasted for more than 2 hours. The judges gave signals that the requested provisions contain elements of being unconstitutional. Tirana's mayor presented the project for Skanderberg Square to the residents of Administrative Unit Number 9. The mayor declared that though City Hall's projects are being rejected, the municipality is responding by working harder. The mayor of Tirana highlighted ways the project will benefit residents of this administrative unit by saying, "The property value of houses in this area will increase after the investments are finished. We are making progress with our projects. It is a well-known fact that all projects will have their opponents, but our aim with this project is to encourage the citizens to use public transportation in order to reduce air pollution," said the mayor, who also announced that a part of the small ring road, which is under reconstruction, will be opened next week. He added that work is being done to improve the infrastructure of the whole city. The Minister of Agriculture, Panaridi, promised a solution to the problem of property titles to the farmers. In a meeting with municipality heads of the Shkodra areas and specialists from the Department of Agriculture, the minister said that a solution to this problem should be found without delay. The best solution to be found will avoid being related to politics. Property certificates must be in the hands of those who own agricultural land. With the certificate, the property owners can ask for state support or for a loan from the bank. The best thing we can do is to simplify this process as much as possible. In case the maps do not exist, let's make these maps. Do not mix this issue with politics. This is for the good of either party, no matter who is in power in the future, declared the Minister of Agriculture. According to Shkodra authorities, property titles on agricultural lands are a guarantee for the development of agriculture and for a consolidated cooperation between the municipalities and state institutions in this process. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. My name is Mari, and on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.